Mr. Murphy here. I'm sitting in the back of your classroom in the past. What day is it? Wednesday? No, it's Tuesday. But you're watching this on Thursday. I'm not here today, but I will be here in the afternoon. I'm getting my fat finger shot. Remember? Okay. Anyway, come find me in the afternoon if you'd like. Well, I want you to get the same instruction that you would normally get. So I made a little YouTube video. First thing you're going to do today, guys, is you have an entrance and exit slip that your sub will have given you. And I want you to, right now, take the following, pause this video, hit pause. Well, I guess you're going to need instruction first. I would like you to answer the entrance slip question. It's the first question at the top. It says, explain how organisms get energy. For instance, what processes are involved in obtaining energy? Think about your notes from this past week. Take a minute, pause me, answer the question, go. All right, we're going to switch over to the cheat sheet. We're talking about energy today and how plants and animal cells get energy, and a little bit of review from last year. And we're going to do these notes together, which is why you're watching this right now. You got your headphones on. So photosynthesis, what is it? It's a process that plant cells use to change energy from sunlight into chemical energy, and it kind of goes with a little recipe here. So I'm going to annotate this with you right now. So when we do a recipe or a chemical equation, we have something known as reactant or something known as product, and this is what you start and what you finish with. So let's fill this out. So when we're talking photosynthesis, we start with carbon dioxide. And I'm writing this down in your notes, and I would like you to do that as well. And water. And we need energy from the sun. And plants have this ability to break down that energy, CO2 and water, and convert it into glucose and oxygen. And our chemical formula above is we have CO2 and H2O plus energy from the sunlight is going to convert it into glucose, C6H12O6, and oxygen. So we're just going to fill this in now. So what are our reactants? Our reactants is what we start with. We start with CO2. We start with H2O. We start with sunlight. You know, obviously, right, we need the sun for photosynthesis to work. And we finish with glucose and oxygen. All right, so in photosynthesis, where does our energy come from? We know that it comes from the sun, and photosynthesis takes place in an organelle, and you got to think back to your notes that you did online. You're the A student, so you did it online on Tuesday? Yeah, you did. Photosynthesis takes place in the chloro. Also, as you're filling this out, you're going to be really nice and sweet and kind to the sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Stare at the front right of the board. I've created 5 vocabulary words that I'm going to make you study. We're going to take a vocab quiz next week, next Thursday, actually. So you'll notice that a lot of these words right here are on your vocabulary list. Okay, let's move on. Let's flip to aerobic respiration. Photosynthesis is the opposite of cellular respiration. Plants use photosynthesis. Animal cells use cellular respiration in order to gain energy. Plants gain energy from the sun. Humans gain energy from the food they eat. We could say that if we were going to boil it down super simple, plants eat sunlight. They kind of do. Plants need sun in order to produce energy. Animals need plants in order to produce energy. Okay, cool. We're all relied upon. All right, so let's fill this out. So cellular respiration, process by which chemical energy of food molecules is released, and we are able to produce some energy. So we start with glucose. So fun to say, C6H12O6. And we breathe in oxygen. Everyone lower the air pressure in your lungs. So the dense air, right? We know that we're breathing in oxygen. Our lungs are able to transport that oxygen cells into our blood. Our blood is then able to provide our tissues and cells with oxygen. Very good. We need glucose and oxygen in order to gain energy. And we then produce, so our reactants, or what we start with, is going to be glucose and oxygen. And we then produce the following. We produce carbon dioxide. We produce water. And we produce energy in the form of this special thing known as ATP. Oops. I should probably erase that because I wrote it backwards. ATP. And guess where ATP is produced? Powerhouse of the cell. Come on, what is it? 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 The mitochondria. And what are the products? Products here are CO2, H2O, and ATP energy. And ATP stands for something. Mr. Poff just walked in. Do you by any chance know what ATP stands for?
I didn't say the A word very well, but
say it again, Mr. Poff. You're famous.
Oh my gosh. Adenosine triphosphate.
Yeah, look at that. Two great science minds coming together. All right, so finishing this slide. Where do we get glucose from? The food we eat, my friends. And where do we get oxygen? Well, that's the air we breathe. Shout out, Mr. Poff. Thanks. Okay, I like this little table down here, and this is the same table that you saw in your notes the other day. Notice that these are inverse. They are inverse. What goes into photosynthesis is what comes out in respiration, and vice versa. When do they happen? Well, cells respirate all the time in the light or the dark, and photosynthesis is going to take place in the presence of light. Where does it happen? Photosynthesis, and again, look at those vocab words in the top right. Photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast. Respiration takes place in the mitochondria. All right, guys, you've been a wonderful audience thus far. I got a little like headline type question, like kind of themed question. How do plants and animals depend on one another? And I just want you to think about it right now after watching this video, filling out this cheat sheet. You're going to move on to two more things that you are going to do, and I have written down in Schoology exactly what you need to do. So hopefully right now you're bringing the energy. It's like 8:40. You're like ready to go. You're like, Mr. Murphy, thank you so much for letting me copy notes and get some cheat sheet information for photosynthesis and respiration. First thing I want you to do, okay, you did the entrance ticket. I want you to do the exit ticket. You'll notice that I wrote turn this in, right? Yeah. So the first thing after this, you are going to do the exit ticket. Okay. Once you're done, you can actually turn back into the stuff who you're being super kind to, because they are probably the greatest person ever, and you are a kind and respectful young man or woman. Now, the second thing that I would like you to do is I want you to do the cut out activity. Now, what does that mean? We're going to model the chemical equations of both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. These are all mixed up. You'll need to organize them. I repeat, they're mixed up. You need to organize them. Now, you have that equation readily available, so use your resources. What you're going to literally do, guys, is you are going to take some scissors and you are going to cut out these things. Make sure the scraps are disposed of and wonderful. But you're going to cut it out and you're going to organize it on a separate sheet of paper, which I will provide for you. Now, why are we doing this? In chemistry and in all matter, we cannot create or destroy matter. So what you're going to notice is that we start with a certain set of molecules and we finish with a certain set of molecules. We can't start with 15 and finish with 10. That's not how this works. Now, things are converted and changed, like in photosynthesis, okay, or aerobic respiration. We change our molecules. It's the same types of things, but they are converted to different forms. That happens all the time. So you need 2 of these sheets. You need scissors, and you need glue, which will be provided for you. You know where they're at in the back corner. I'm literally going to show you where they're at. You see my finger? I'm pointing there. Great. Isn't this so weird that we can run through video? I'm having a great time, though. All right, so then here's the deal. You're going to complete that. I want you to label it, make it awesome, make it perfect. Get a little creative. You can color that if you want. So again, here's what you've done today. You have done the entrance slip, you've done the exit slip, you've taken the cheat sheet notes, you've completed the cutout activity. That should take you to the end of the class period. If you do finish early, don't you dare play on your phone, get off your brain pollution, do something of value, study for another class, do something. Please be nice to the sub. I've had a great time doing this YouTube video. I think I have a YouTube star in the making, obviously. I think I'm up to 23 subscribers. Maybe I'll get 15 views on this video. That'll be really cool. And I'll probably be able to quit my job and work as a YouTube hero, superstar. Thanks. Be nice to the sub. Goodbye.